Guys, we're going to start at similar polygons and similarity. So similarity uses this symbol. And remember, I want you to recall when you're working with triangles, triangle FGK, and triangle MBN. Remember, we're going to be using these numbers at the top to figure out which angles correspond with which. Here, angle M would equal angle F, angle G would equal angle B, angle K would equal angle N. So keep that in mind as we move forward. The first part we want to talk about is similar polygons. So the way polygons are similar are that essentially they have the same shape, but different sizes. They have the same shapes, but different sizes. Okay? Now, polygons are similar if corresponding angles are congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. Corresponding angles are congruent. Let me rewrite that. Corresponding angles are congruent. It stands for angles. Angles. Okay? Now, also, the sides, the ratio of the sides have to be equal. Ratios of corresponding sides are equal. The ratio of corresponding sides is called the scale factor. If polygons are similar, then their ratios are also proportional. Usually, I try to identify the little polygon and the bigger polygon. So what is the scale factor for triangle ABC and DEF? Well, the first thing we want to do is we want to label the bigger and the smaller object. So I'll do this over with you. Right? I'll do this with you. So here's the smaller one, here's the bigger one. How are we setting this up? Well, they want to know triangle ABC to DEF, so little to big. So first, we're going to find out what are our smallest set of sides on ABC. ABC, smallest side is AB. It's AB. So we're going to AB divided by the smallest side over here. It's DE. Right? And my second biggest side is BC. So BC divided by second biggest on the bigger one, EF. And then largest side or the smallest is AC or CA divided by FB. So I'm going to set this up in fractions with the numbers. So 8 over 12 is 8 over 12 equal to 10 over 15. Is this equal to 14 over 21? If I put this in my calculator, yes. All of it reduces to 2 to 3, or in fraction form, 2 over 3. So we're going to do the next part, and we'll just flip them all over, because it's the bigger. The bigger is on the bottom already. The bigger over the smaller side this time. So I'm just flipping everything over. That means my ratio is 3 to 2, or 3 over 2. Now, what is the ratio of the perimeter? Well, you just add all those things together. You add them together. The ratio of the perimeter, you just add them together. All right? So what I mean is, I'm just going to add the sides together. 8 plus 10 is 18. 18 plus 4 is 22. The perimeter is 22 here for ABC. For DEF, the perimeter is So 15 plus 12 is 27. 27 plus 21 is 48. Okay? Make sure that's right. Make sure I added that right. Yeah, this is 32, not 22. 32, it's not 22. So my ratio of perimeters is going to be 48 over 32, or DEF over ABC. And that also equals 3 to 2. So this ratio is 3 to 2 as well. So you can kind of draw a conclusion that if the scale factor is 3 to 2, the scale factor of your perimeter is going to be 3 to 2 as well. So a valid similarity statement must match corresponding angles and sides. Okay? Must match corresponding angles and sides. So I'm going to drag this down here. Alright. My bad. Apologize. I'm going to pull this down. Alright. So, here's my similarity symbol. I'm going to write a similarity statement about the triangles above. So triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF, and they have to be in the appropriate order. Okay? So if you need support with the problems, I will do number 1. You should be able to do number 2 and 3. I will help you separate number 2. Okay, but first we wanna number these geometric objects. We wanna number them. Okay, so here I have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. So J is 1, P is 1. So here's 1, 1, then K, 2, and then M is 2. N is 3, L is 3. All right. So those angles correspond to each other. So it makes it easier for me to list all the congruent angles. All right. So first, angle 1 is congruent to angle P. I'm sorry, I misstated that. Angle J is congruent to angle P. They're in the same position. I can tell by the order that they come in my similarity statement. Next, for my second set, angle K is congruent to angle M. My last set, angle L is congruent to angle N. Okay, now for the sides, just follow the same order. So here I got from 1 to 2. From 1 to 2, my letters are JK. So JK over my 1 to 2 on the bigger one. So from 1 to 2, I have PM. PM. Here's my first ratio. Here's your second ratio. And you know what? It helps to put little numbers there. So this is 1, 2, and then from 2 to 3, 2 to 3, from 2 to 3, I have KL over MN. And then my last part, 3 to 1, I have JL over NP. Okay? If you can confused a little bit about what I just did, I got the congruent angles. I identified the congruent angles by labeling my similarity statement. This is my similarity statement. you can start right here, label those triangles. Go 1, a 2, and a 3, and then another after the second triangle, and then you're just going to label. So X is 1, Y is 2, Z is 3. Alright. For the next one, R is 1, Y is 2, S is 3. So what I do here, I'm going to erase this part. 1 and 2. Okay? So what I do is I usually just redraw this smaller triangle, and I put it out to the side. I redraw it, and I put it out to the side, and I'm going to take this part off. And I'm going to put my numbers over here. R is, let's see, 1, 2, and 3. R, 1, Y is 2, and Z and S is 3. Okay? So that makes it easier to see what I need to do. So to get you started, angle X corresponds to angle R. Alright guys, you do the rest of that problem, number 2 and number 3, and you should be set for this section.